let's keep this through the chair. The lady here had asked to be recognized. I don't know if you still want to be recognized.
I do.
Please come forward, and then after you, we've got the gentleman here, and then I'm not sure if you want to be recognized.
Hello again.
Hello. If you could, state and spell your name for the record.
Victoria, V-I-C-T-O-R-I-A. Last name is Peter, P-E-T-E-R. I had a hard time following it. I appreciate that you said you uncovered some more information and you felt like it needed to be discussed. I feel with any business and anything that should always, all the facts should be out, okay? If I'm not mistaken, I think Southgate, Lincoln Park, Westland all have medical marijuana. I know Lincoln Park does.
There's a bunch.
Okay, so I believe that it probably does help people. I do know there's a lot of money in it. And sometimes it's a lot of money for the people, not everybody, just certain people. I am not for it being in my city. I know a lot of people that use it. My circle of friends, which is fairly large, I worked for a lot of years with social work, they are on the same page I am. I feel like this decision should not be made for us by the council. I think it should be something that's voted for. And is there a way to do a petition that would counter this petition for 12 to a lower amount? I don't know anything about petitioning, but I would go door to door for a yay or a nay vote, or 5. How do you handle something like that?
You could contact the lawyer. They could tell you what the steps would be, just as I believe that group has had professional help in terms of what they needed to do from a legal standpoint.
Okay. Well, thank you. It's been very enlightening. I thank you for all the research you're doing, and I appreciate you listening. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, sir.
Hello, Council. My name is Don Sellers. I was been a machinist for like 35 years. I'm now retired. While living in Seattle, Tony Jennings is my wife, there was a bicycle shop in Seattle, and their bicycles were stolen out of their business. And the police came by and said, it's against the law anymore for us to do anything. The city council passed a law. You could prove for mental illness. You could steal food, steal property, whatever. So the bicycle business just moved. Moving over to Taylor, which I really like. I'm getting used to the humidity. Became aware that marijuana may be coming here. So I downloaded some stuff from the Drug Enforcement Agency, and I like to read it. Preventing marijuana use on youth and young adults. Marijuana has long and short-term effects on the brain. I'll just read some of the highlights. Marijuana is unsafe if you are behind the wheel. It's like driving. Marijuana is linked to school failure. Exposure to higher THC level means a greater chance of a harmful reaction. And then there's also one on marijuana is medicine, a question. One of the parts here, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration has not recognized or approved the marijuana plant as medicine. However, 2 FDA-approved medications do contain cannabinoid chemicals in pill form. So there may be some benefit to the plant, I don't know. Another book I've been reading is Tell Your Children by Alex Branson. never smoked it, I hardly ever drink. My friends give me trouble for drinking on Christmas and St. Patrick's Day. That's about all the alcohol I ever have. My younger days, I rode around on motorcycles, and I thought, you know, I can't drink and ride on this thing. It's dangerous enough as it is. I know you're up against the wall because the people of the city of Taylor have already voted to have medical marijuana, recreational marijuana, and you have to either do something to control it, or the initiative will control it. I talked to the chief of police on the phone the other day, asked him whether or not he'd like to make a statement. Told me he can tell you right now, there's already 100 dispensaries in Taylor. They're just not, advertising the signs. And the people doing the marijuana, they make the edibles, they do this or that, and sometimes they don't do it right, their houses burn down.
Sir,
Is that my time?
if I could ask you to wrap
All
up,
right,
please. Thank you. Thank you. And I want to be clear to the audience.
Thank you very much.
The rule that I am enforcing is the council's rule. I'm trying, when I see people that are lined up waiting to speak, I've told the council that's when we'll start enforcing the 3-minute rule with a little bit of leeway. Is there any, please come forward.
I'm Dr. Richard Ziley, the pastor at St. John's Lutheran Church in Taylor. And I guess I have a question for the experts that are present here. I understand that sale of marijuana is still contrary to federal law. That changed? Okay.
Well, there's always a debate about states' rights.
Sure. But are there other examples of states or cities sponsoring and making money from the sale of activities that are in violation of federal law? Or would this be precedent set? Because it's contrary to federal law, I understand that they can't get credit and it has to be a cash business. What ramifications does that have for the city and its regulatory function and taxing, things like that? Thank you.
So many of the communities that have passed this, and this one that's before us, does mention, federal law, and that it holds nothing over what the federal government may or may not do. So that's Kalamazoo currently has 10 businesses in operation. Any further discussion?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I just wanted to say a couple things that when people were talking, it reminded me of a couple things. One, the city of Elm Park did, I understand, vote for recreational, but then was there another vote after that was put on the ballot and to have it in their city, and they voted it down. So as Mr. Plato had said, besides doing an ordinance, we could also do a ballot proposal to put on the ballot. Do you want it or not, like Mr. Ramick said? Or do you want less than 12? Or do you, so we have a couple of options here. I don't think that we need to do this today. I think that, and I know that we've been talking about it forever, I think there's a lot of options here, and I don't think this is a good option.
There have been a lot of options discussed. This is the only one that's been put down on paper.
You're right. You added to another city's ordinance, and I appreciated that.
Just like that man was saying, if you talk to the chief, it's here. The state approved it, it's here. You're not going to stop the smell, it's here. You're not going to stop people buying it from people's homes at 10 o'clock at night or 2 o'clock in the morning. It's here. I see it. I'm in a lot of homes, and I see what the chemicals do. We don't know what they're using in their homes, but they're selling it to your neighbors, to your family, to your friends. At least this is a way to try to keep it under control.